problem with 3 gears. In an epicyclic gear train as shown in the figure, the number of teeth on gear wheels A, B and C are 48, 24 and 50 respectively. If the arm rotates at 400 rpm clockwise, so arm which is equal to 400 rpm clockwise, find the speed of gear wheel C when A is fixed. So we have to find the speed of gear C when A is fixed, and the second one, the speed of gear wheel A, the speed of gear A when C is fixed, right? Two statements are there. We have to find two different statements, right? So they were asked two different findings. Clear? So this is the diagram. Gear A and gear B meshed externally, and gear B is meshed with gear C externally, right? So if gear A rotates in anti-clockwise direction and gear B rotates clockwise direction, and if gear B rotates in clockwise direction, then what about gear C? Gear C rotates in anti-clockwise direction. This is the concept, right? Now, so we have to draw the tabulation, because we are going to solve this problem by tabulation method, right? So first we have to write the given data, TA which is equal to 48 and TB which is equal to 24 and TC which is equal to 50, and speed of the arm C which is equal to 400 rpm clockwise. So remember that this is clockwise. So first we have to draw the tabulation and write the descriptions. Arm C is fixed and the gear A it rotates plus 1 revolution counterclockwise direction, right? So arm C is fixed, that's why there is no revolution for arm C, so put 0, and gear A which is plus 1 anti-clockwise revolution, so that's why anti-clockwise revolution, that's why here plus. And now gear B, so we have to find the formula. So NB divided by NA which is equal to TA divided by TB. So NB which is equal to, so NA into TA by TB, right? So what is the value of NA? Plus 1. So here plus TA by TB. So this is the equation for NB, right? So next NC. So now we have to form the equation. So see, NA divided by NB, because NA is meshed with NB into NB is meshed with NC, clear? So which is equal to TB divided by TA into TC divided by TB, clear? So the speed of NB is cancelled, and teeth of TB is cancelled. Now this equation became NC divided by NA, okay, which is equal to TA divided by TC. Now we want NC, so NC which is equal to multiplication of TA divided by TC into NA which is equal to plus 1. So obviously this equation became TA divided by TC which is equal to what? NC, right? So now see, gear A rotates anti-clockwise direction, that's why plus, and here the gear B rotates clockwise direction if gear A rotates anti-clockwise, so here instead of plus minus, and the gear B rotates clockwise direction, so gear C rotates anti-clockwise direction, that's why here plus, clear? Now arm is fixed and gear A rotates plus x revolution, so here 0 because arm C is fixed, so instead of plus 1 plus x, here minus of x into TA by TB. So this is the equation for speed of gear B, and here plus x into TA by TB, right? So add y revolution in order to form the equation. Here plus y plus y plus y, and here also plus y, and add this and this. So 0 plus y, and here x plus y, here plus y minus x into TA by TB, right? So here plus y plus x into TA by TC, sorry, TA by TC, okay. So this is the equation for speed of NC, and this is the equations for speed of NB, and this is the equations for speed of NC, right? And this is equal to the speed of NC because here arm C is there, right? So this is the equation, right? So So, please remember, so this is the equation, clear. So, now we have to solve this problem. So, first condition is, now the condition 1, speed of gear C when A is fixed, right. So, first we have to write the equation, right. So, arm C NC which is equal to, here because here gear C is there, so arm which is equal to, for example, P, right. So, here NP arm NP which is equal to plus Y. So, what is the value here? 400 RPM clockwise. So, clockwise, which means minus 400 RPM. This is the speed of arm, right. Then NA, the speed of NA which is equal to x plus y, and this is second equation. And third one, NB which is equal to, what is the formula? Y minus x. So, y minus x into TA by TB, right. This is second equation. And what about third equation? So, y plus x into TA divided by TC. So, this is third equation, right. Now, when NC, find out the speed of NC when A is fixed, right. So, now we have to take this equation, and NC which is equal to y plus x into TA by TC here when A is fixed, right. So, here datas are there, TA is known value, TC is known value, and y is known value, but x it's not it's unknown value, right. We have to find x from this equation, right. So, NA which is equal to x plus y, right. Right. Now, we have to find, now take NA which is equal to x plus y, right. So, NA, what is the NA is fixed, right. A is fixed. So, 0 which is equal to x, y, what is the value? Y which is equal to 400 RPM. So, x which is equal to 400 RPM. This is the value of x, right, plus value, clear. Now, substitute in this equation. So, NC which is equal to y, what is the value? Minus 400 minus, plus 400 into, what is the value? What is the value of TA? TA which is equal to 48 divided by 50. 48 divided by 50 which is equal to 0.96, right. So, here minus 400 plus 400 into 0.96. So, which is equal to minus 400 plus 384. So, which is equal to minus 16 RPM, which implies 16 RPM clockwise. Why clockwise? Because here minus sign is there, right. In order to remove this minus sign, put clockwise, right. So, the speed of NC which is equal to 16 RPM clockwise. Now, question number 2, speed of gear wheel A when C is fixed, right. So, speed of gear wheel NA which is equal to x plus y, right. So, speed of gear C NC which is equal to y plus x into TA by TC, right. So, when C is fixed, so put 0 for NC which is equal to y, what is the value? Minus 400, right, plus x into TA, what is the value? TA which is equal to 48 divided by, clear. Now, take 400 this side. So, 400 positive became positive, x into 0.96, clear. So, x which is equal to 400 divided by 0.96 which is equal to how much? 416.66 RPM. This is the value of x. Now, substitute xy value in this equation. So, NA which is equal to 416.66 RPM, plus y value minus 400. So, what is the value? 16.66 RPM. This is plus value, so anti-clockwise direction. Clear? So this is answer for first division, NC which is equal to 16 RPM clockwise. Second subdivision, NA which is equal to 16.66 clockwise direction. Clear? Yes. Now it's a reverted epicyclic problem. So please concentrate more. I will read the problem. In a reverted epicyclic gate train, the arm A carries two gears S1 and S2, right, and a compound gear P1, P2, right. So P1 and P2 both are in the same shaft, whereas S1 and S2 both are not in the same shaft. Obviously, these two things are coaxials, right. S1 and S2 are coaxials, and P1, P2 are in the same shaft. So that's why this is called as reverted epicyclic gear train, right. So the gear S1 meshes with gear P1 and the gear S2 meshes with the gear P2. So S1 is meshed with P1 and S2 is meshed with P2 externally. Clear? So the number of teeth on gears S1, S2, P2 are 80, 48 and 72, right. So what is the number of teeth on S1? 80, S2 48 and P2 which is 72. So here P1 is not given, right, we have to find. Clear? Then find the speed and direction of gear S2 when S1 is fixed, which means, so S1 which is equal to 0, speed of S1 which is equal to 0, while we need to calculate this S2, right. And the arm A makes 400 RPM counterclockwise. Arm A which is 400 RPM counterclockwise, it means plus sign, right. So what are the given data? So S1, S2, P2 and NA, right. So we have to find NS1 and NS1 which is equal to 0, because S1 is fixed when we need to calculate this S2, right, when we are going to calculate S2, right. So substitute S1 which is equal to 0 when we are going to calculate S2, right. So that's why we need to calculate S2 when NS1 which is equal to 0, right. First we have to find out the number of teeth P1, right. See, S1 is meshed with P1 and S2 is meshed with P2. S1 and S2 are coaxial and P1, P2 are in the same shaft. Then what is the speed of P1 and P2? Both are same. And what is the speed of S1 and S2? Both are different, right. So next, so we have to follow the tabulation method. So for that we need to do tabulations, right. So draw a tabulation, and this is our first arm, then take compound gear as a second one, and S1 and S2, right. So we are going to calculate S2, that's why take in the last position, right. So the teeth of S1 which is equal to 80, teeth of S2 which is equal to 48 and teeth of P2 which is equal to 72, and we need to calculate P1. How to calculate P1, right. So from the diagram we know that the center distance are equal, right. See, from this diagram, see here, for example, this is O1 and this is O2, right. So the gear S1, S2 rotates with respect to the axis O1 and the gear P1, P2 rotates with respect to O2, right. The center distance between these gears are same, right, center distance, right. So see the diameters S2 and P2 which is equal to S1 and P1, right. Clear? So here diameter of P1 plus S1, because P1 S1 is meshed externally and P2 S2 is meshed externally, right. So diameter of P1 plus diameter of S1 which is equal to diameter of P2 plus diameter of S2, both are equal, right. When module is same, the number of teeth on each gear are proportional to their pitch cycle diameter. We know the formula of pitch cycle diameter, right. So module which is equal to capital D divided by capital T, right. If module is same, for example substitute 1 for this module, then D which is equal to T. Clear? So instead of T substitute the value T, right. So here see TP1 plus TS1 which is equal to TP2 plus TS2. Clear? So now we know the value of TP1 and TS1 and TS2. Then from this we can calculate, we know that TP2, TS2 and TP1, this is unknown value. So from this equation we can calculate TP1. So TP1 which is equal to 40 teeth. Clear? Then draw the tabulation, right. So as usual, arm C is fixed, right? So arm C is fixed and the gear A rotates +1 revolution anti-clockwise direction. So that's why arm C is fixed, that's why put 0 for this case, right? And for compound gear, the gear A is fixed, I mean gear P1, P2 instead of this P1 or P2, whatever it may be, right? So P1, P2, take P1, P2 for this. So we have to assume this is +1 revolution anti-clockwise or counterclockwise direction, that's why here +1, right? Then gear S1, so we have to generate the equation, or we have to form the equation, right? So we know that speed of N1 divided by speed of P1, because S1 is meshed with P1. So speed of S1 divided by speed of P1, which is equal to TP1 divided by TS1. This is the general equation, right? So from this, so we want speed of NS1. So NS1, which is equal to what? TP1 divided by TS1 into NP1. What is the value of NP1? Here +1. So into +1, right? What is the value of TP1? TP1 which is equal to 40 and TS1 which is equal to 80. So 40 divided by 80 into 1. Why minus sign? Because P1 is meshed with S1. So P1 and S1 both are meshed each other externally. So if P1 rotates anti-clockwise, then S1 rotates clockwise direction. That's why here minus sign, right? So calculate this, then we got minus of 0.5 value, right? So next S2. So S2 is normally meshed with P2, right? So we need to form an equation, right? So here the speed of NS1 divided by NP1, because S1 is meshed with P1, right? Then speed of NP2 divided by NS2, right? Which is equal to, what is the formula? TP1 divided by TS1 into TS2 divided by TP2, right? Here P1 and P2 both are in the same shafts, then the speed which is equal. So cancel this 2, then NS1 divided by NS2 which is equal to these values. So we want to calculate NS2, right? So NS2 which is equal to NS2 which is equal to TS1 into TP1 divided by TP2 TP1 into TS2 into what? NS1. So NS1 which is equal to here 0.5, right? So 0.5, substitute the value 0.5. So TS1 we know that, TP2 we know that, TP1 we know that, TS2 we know that, right? Here see TS1 80 and TP1 40 and TP2 which is equal to 72 and TS2 which is equal to 48 and NS1 which is equal to 0.5, we know that, right? Clear? And this is minus value. Why? Because P2 is meshed with S2. Clear? So P2 it rotates in the anti-clockwise direction, then the S2 it rotates clockwise direction. That's why minus value here. So minus of 1.5. Clear? Then arm C is fixed and the gear P1 P2 rotates plus X revolution. So we have to substitute plus X instead of plus 1, right? So here plus X. So here minus 0.5 into X, in here minus 1.5 into X, then add Y revolution plus Y revolution to all the elements in order to form the equation, then add these two. So here Y, here X plus Y, and this is the speed of S1 which is equal to speed of S1, and this is which is equal to speed of S2, and this is which is equal to speed of P1 P2, right? So take these equations. So find the speed and direction of gear S2. So what is the formula for S2? Y minus 1.5x, right? Clear? And when S1 is fixed, see, now we know that A makes 400 RPM clockwise. What is A here? Arm instead of C, here A, take A, right? So NA which is equal to plus Y. Clear? So NA which is equal to plus Y. So what is the value of Y? 400 RPM clockwise. So NA which is equal to 400 RPM. Clear? right. Then we need to find S2 when S1 is fixed. What is the formula for S2? S2 which is equal to y minus 1.5. So, n S2 which is equal to y minus 1.5 x, clear. Then NS1 y minus 0.5 x, NS1 which is equal to y minus 0.5 x, right. So, we need to find this when S1 is fixed, right. So, here y is a known value, we know that x we do not know, then substitute the value of x. So, for that take this equation, because they given S1 which is equal to 0, 0 which is equal to y minus 0.5 x. So, y which is equal to what is the value 400, right, minus 0.5 x which is equal to 0. So, 0.5 x which is equal to 400. So, x which is equal to 400 divided by 0.5 which is equal to what is the value 400 divided by 0.5, 400 divided by 0.5 which is equal to 800, right. X value which is equal to 800, substitute x value in this equation. So, NS2 which is equal to y which is equal to 400 minus 1.5 into 800. So, 800 into 1.5 which is equal to 400 minus 1200. So, minus 400 which is equal to 800. So, NS2 which is equal to minus 800 RPM. So, which is equal to 800 RPM clockwise, clear. See, so y which is equal to 400 and S1 is fixed. So, take this equation and we have to find x. See, take this equation and find x which is equal to 800, then find S2, take this equation, right, substitute the value of x in this equation and x which is equal to how much 800 clockwise direction, clear. This is how we have to solve the problem. Okay, thank you.